First of all, an interesting weekend, a 3-point weekend, but nonetheless a pretty tough defeat against the Nottingham Panthers. What was that game like from your opinion?
Well, we prepared all week for them, and we came out and executed early and got up to a 3-0 lead. But again, we saw a couple breakdowns, and they got back on the board. They have a dangerous offense, which we knew about, but they snuck back on us and tied it up. And then once you go into a shootout, it can kind of go either way. So it was disappointing for sure, but we took our 1 point out of it and built on that coming back Sunday. But looking back, it's just little mistakes that have cost us here, just little things, and we might limit it to 3 or 4 or 5 mistakes a game. But in this league now, with the depth and the parity and the skill in the league, that'll come back to hurt you, and it did. So they tied it up and ended up winning in a shootout. But we gotta take a positive out of it, which is getting the 1 point.
Is it difficult to take these kind of things? It is interesting to take that positive side. The 1 point is huge. There's not many games we've lost at all in regulation time, but yet on the other side it is starting to mount up these OT losses. Is that becoming a mental problem, do you feel, or is it just a part of the game?
Yeah, I think it's not a mental problem. It's just it's in the heat of the moment, you get frustrated, you lose. It's definitely disappointing, but when you leave the rink, you step back, you look at it's a 60-game season, and every point's big in this league. We saw that last year, so you never know that 1 point could be huge, and on the other hand, losing 1 point could be huge too. But you got to take the positive out of it. Otherwise, if you dwell on it, it's going to come back, and like you said, it might stick with you or get in your head and be a little bit of a mental aspect to it. But we're trying to take the positives here, and we took our 1 point and we moved on and regrouped and came out Sunday with a strong showing.
Yeah, when people talk about mental toughness, they always look at the very next result, and you couldn't get a more mentally tough response than that. What was the big differences in that Sunday game?
Well, you leave the rink after Saturday night, you're definitely disappointed, and it's a lot of guys have trouble sleeping after those ones. But the next day, it's all about being a professional and showing up and coming back to work and sticking to what has gotten you to this point and what has brought success to our organization. So we came back, and the guys really responded well. We put together probably our strongest offensive output of the season, and we're pretty strong defensively as well. But it's all just sticking to the details and the game plan we come into the game with. So if we can do that, we just need to continue that and progress as the season continues here.
Obviously some big changes on the top two lines. What impact did you feel those had? Stefan Meyer moving in with Brooks and Pitt there as well, and then the other line being reformed. What differences you thought that kind of brought to the game?
Well, just you go to work with different people some nights, and things might have gone a little stale for a little bit, or just the fresh faces or fresh chemistry you have, it sparks things sometimes, and that really happened on Sunday. So hopefully we can maintain that and keep it going. There's a lot of skilled guys up front, so you put them with each other and interchange them. They're all interchangeable pieces, so it's just a matter of what output you get, and that seemed to click that day. So we'll see what happens from here on out.
Of course, it's not just the forward lines that have had those changes around. I mean, you developed a fantastic relationship with Scott Arson last season, and you guys were separated for quite a wee bit, but you've been playing a lot back together now. Does that make a big difference for you, or do you not mind who you play with, really?
Well, I think we're pretty simple on the back end. We try and keep things simple back there, and everyone's easy to play with. We got a great group of D this year, and the same last year. But as you can see, injuries creep into the league, and like last year, we played with 4 or 5 D at a lot of times, so you kind of get familiar with everyone and get accustomed to playing with different guys and learn their tendencies. But it's definitely fun. We have a good group back there, so no matter who you're with, whether it's RC or Jacko or Sully, Gouda, Mac, all of them, they're all good players, so we're pretty comfortable back there and just trying to keep it simple and get it up to the forwards, and hopefully things keep going like Sunday where they keep putting them in the net.
You're also playing with a D-man down at the moment as well, aren't you? Obviously, Sully's out at the moment. Does that make a big difference? He's been having a fantastic, 2 seasons you've played with him now. He's really coming on, isn't he?
Yeah, he's made some great strides this year, and he really works hard at his game. And this summer he had a great summer in the gym. He came back in really good shape. I think that was the main focus of him, to get a little stronger. There's some older, stronger guys in the league, and he really took it on himself, and it's obviously shown. He's been great for us back there, and just doing the things he's asked and contributing when he can, and just playing a solid, simple game back there, and it's really paid off. So not having him right now, it hurts a little bit, but we got 5, and that's just what we have, so we just stick to it, and that's what we play with.
And that 5 and the rest of the team going into a very big weekend. It seems like they're all big weekends now, isn't it? It happens at this time of year, but the Steelers and Cardiff Devils. What are your thoughts going into this weekend?
We've been working hard this week, just trying to prepare for Sheffield first, and then we go down to Cardiff, which is a difficult arena to play in. But like you said, every weekend's big here now, and just making sure we're prepared. We know what we want to execute when we get to the game Saturday night, and systems we want to play and things we want to avoid doing. We don't want to play into their traps at all or their systems. So, as long as we focus on us and stick to what we know we can do and the systems we play, I think we'll be all right.
And obviously big news, the Steelers have signed Zach Fitzgerald on an extended 2-year deal, former teammate of yourself. Do you feel that has an impact? I mean, the announcement of it just before the game coming up against us, do you feel that has an extra impact at all?
I saw it on the social media, but it's not really a big deal. It might be something he was looking for, but he's a great guy. We had a good relationship here, so it's good for him and his career. But I don't really think it'll play an effect into us playing them. It's all business when you get on the ice, and we'll just stick to our game here.
Anyways, well, good luck with the weekend. I know we've held you back after practice. Are you going to run off and watch Star Wars at all?
We were actually talking earlier. A couple of us, I've never seen a Star Wars, so.
That's ridiculous. So all these references and things that go through life, you have no idea about them.
No, I know. I think I'm missing out on a lot there. But I actually did. I pulled into a parking garage once in Vegas, and there were no spots, so I pulled up to the top floor, and there was a Star Wars convention that had just finished, so there were stormtroopers and C-3PO and Luke Skywalker everywhere, and like I said, I really didn't know what was going on, but it was an interesting sight to see. So
you know all those characters, right? You need to go. You've got homework to do before this weekend. Thank you very much, Jamie.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.